New Batman trailer, am I right?
Sagst du gleich?
Okay. Did you like the trailer?
I fucking loved it.
It was interesting because people were hitting me up before I watched it. It was like 50-50 because some people didn't like that trailer.
What?
And I was worried because I was like, damn, like maybe this isn't what we were expecting at all. I get them now, like after watching the trailer, like I really like it, but it
But you did
definitely,
expect something different, though.
yeah, it feels very comic booky. If you watch the last trailer and you compare them to this one is so much more Marvel. It's bigger, the stakes are higher.
The first one was a little bit more quietly toned.
Mhm.
This one is all explosion.
This is an
Of
action-heavy
course.
trailer, and but as you mentioned, like Batman jumping off the roof, the question mark and the coffee, the way he just walks through gunfire, it feels like straight out of a comic book. And I feel like the last trailer didn't do that. The last trailer felt very real, very serious, very dark, and this almost feels like two different movies. So I'm definitely just more excited to see it all happen in one film because I'm sure Matt Reeves can make it work.
My problem with the Nolan movies were story was amazing, dialogue was amazing, and it felt real. I feel like the action was so meh.
Yeah,
Alright, I don't
definitely.
have to watch it again. This one, I feel like it's the perfect
Mm.
mixture of both
Yeah.
worlds. Like
Yeah.
it has the Nolan vibe from a cinematography level, but it also has that Justice League BVS action type of fights. And that prison
Yeah.
breakout scene that nailed it for me. Like the jump
Yeah.
and that prison breakout, the lighting and how it flickered, the lights were flickering continuously.
It almost feels very Batman Begins to me, like the yellow tone of everything.
Yes.
This is like a powder keg, and Riddler is just a match, as in he's just what starts it all off. I saw people theorizing about other villains in this movie, but I'm really not sure. I do think that Riddler is the main villain, but people are pointing towards Court of Owls, and I do hope that's true, especially with the whole
I
mystery.
definitely hope that's true. Like, I'm sick of the same old villains. We haven't got, like, a main bad Riddler or a serious Riddler in the movies. Like, I'm ready to see a serious Riddler, but I hope he's not the only one.
I just feel like Court of Owls should be the second movie, like or the
Yes,
third,
yes,
but
for
like
sure. They should
it
tease
should
it
be
in this
built
one.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we get into the subjects of the trailer, let's just give a shout out to the cinematography because I know damn well that you're fanboying over this, and so am I. But just
Hell
like
yes.
Bruce walking towards that car,
Towards the
and
car,
he's like upside
yes.
down, like an actual bat.
You see that it's Matt Reeves' work.
Yeah.
Like Planet of the Apes and all that stuff. Like it's steady, wide shots, so
Yeah.
you can get a grasp of the situation, especially in dark scenes. Matt Reeves does that perfectly. His movies are dark, but you can clearly see what's going on.
I love the shot of Batman leading someone, like we don't see who it is. It's like a group of people. I saw people also theorizing that it might be the criminals he beats up at the beginning of the trailer. And that he beats them up so bad that they get so scared of him that they just take his sides, like the sons of Batman in the Dark Knight Returns comic. I don't think it's true either because it almost seems like too cool to be true. The actor who was crying, the kid, just recently tweeted that he has more than just a small role in the Batman movie.
Oh, okay.
And that's like really interesting to me, but it almost feels like wishful thinking if I keep telling myself that that's gonna be Jason Todd. I would love a Robin in this universe, just because I think Bruce would greatly benefit mentally from having a Robin there, because that's what always happens in the
Most
comics,
definitely.
right? Like,
Because think of it.
yeah,
think about
Bruce
it. Like,
eases up, like he
When
chills.
was the best? Yeah, exactly. When was the last time we had a Robin?
So I'm a big fan of Pattinson's Batman, of course. But the way he hits the glass and he goes, "What have you done?" I don't know. I don't know about that one. I think they could have done another take because it's supposed to be intimidating, but it just doesn't really feel intimidating to me. He doesn't seem like mad. He just seems like weirdly irritated.
Yes.
Because
I
he's
totally get what
he's like punching the glass, but there's no sign of impact. And I mean, I get it; it's realistic because if a real person would punch fucking security glass, like there wouldn't be
Yes,
anything
yes.
happening. But there's
For
also
sure.
the scene later where he just like walks through two people shooting at him with rifles. So obviously,
Also true.
yeah, like realism isn't what Matt Reeves is about in this movie, I guess. I just feel like he should have cracked the glass.
Maybe
Yeah,
there's some correlation
Yeah.
to that. If not, then it's just a funny scene.
yeah,
I
true,
mean,
true.
he's not perfect after all. Robert Pattinson is not a perfect actor, not a perfect human like everyone else. He
True,
can
true.
make mistakes.
I really don't care what anyone says because I remember like last year when there were like
Mhm.
rumors of the Lego sets No one believed me. I swear to God, like I'm very in touch with the whole Batman community. No one believed me that this movie is gonna be PG-13, and I still see people in the comments debating if the movie is gonna be PG-13, even though,
It is?
yes, because legally they can't make Lego sets for a movie that's rated R.
Oh my god, you've told me the story once before.
I
What the
did, and no
frick?
one believed me. And then now the Lego sets have been released, like not released, but like they've been officially
Announced,
teased.
previewed,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
there's a Lego set with Catwoman and Batman and a Bat Signal.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no official confirmation that we were gonna get a Bat Signal in this movie. I know people are gonna be like, nobody cares, it's just a Bat Signal. Like, of course he's gonna have a Bat Signal. But no, that wasn't just like obvious, because this was Batman in his second year. Like, I was thinking
Also true,
the
yeah.
police hate him. Like, I was like, there's a million better ways to contact someone than shining a big
True,
fucking
big
light in
shiny
the
light
sky,
in
you
the
know? Like,
sky.
yeah,
Like,
like,
imagine if there are no clouds.
dude, like, Gordon could just call him, you know? Like, I wasn't sure there's gonna be a Bat Signal. Texting is so much easier, you know? Like, and yeah, like it or not, this was spoiled by a Lego set, and I think like the big Lego set with the Batcave and the Riddler and Catwoman shit like that. Everyone's telling me that's just a Lego set. It has nothing to do with the plot.
But you actually know there's a deeper meaning behind every Lego set.
I swear to God, man, it's gonna be the climax. I swear to God. Batman just walks through bullets in this movie. What do you think about that?
It's a very good question, actually. Simple one, but a good one. I mean, he's Batman. I've said it before. If he hasn't figured out how to do a fucking bulletproof suit, then he's not the genius he claims to be and everybody else claims to be. Like, how the fuck can you not think about that?
He's supposed to be like the smartest human being on Earth in this universe.
Exactly.
Like,
And I mean, just for the correlation, like, Tony Stark thinks about every aspect of his suit, battle every aspect of a villain. Like, when Thanos' guys arrive in Infinity War, he's ready for them. Like, I know that's the whole Tony Stark arc where he's so worried that he prepares for this war in advance. But, I mean, that's Batman times 100.
yeah.
At least he should be.
It's so funny because just yesterday I was like going through the comments and there were people fighting about Pattinson versus Batfleck, which I don't get either because I just love both. Like, why wouldn't you just be happy that we're
There's
getting both?
always something, like...
Yeah. A Pattinson fanboy was arguing that Batfleck's Batman sucks because he can just take bullets and doesn't have to worry about getting shot like a real human being. What do you think about the Penguin?
Oh, I love him. I absolutely love him.
Me too.
Like, Colin Farrell is one of my all-time favorite actors.
Yeah.
He's so underrated in my opinion. I really don't get why he has more Hollywood success, but I guess that's a good thing on one hand. I didn't even recognize him. I guess nobody recognized him, and that's the whole point. But like, he isn't Colin Farrell. But if you have seen enough movies of him, you can see him through that mask and makeup. Like, his ability to delve into a character is so, like, I don't want to say second to none, but he's one of the best at it.
I was just gonna say, like, the best thing about Colin Farrell right off the bat, I would say, is that you can totally feel that he's having fun playing this role. Like, just the way he delivers his lines. This dude is having the time of his life.
Yes.
And honestly, it's infectious. It's like similar to watching Venom and then seeing Tom Hardy perform. Like, you just smile because that guy is smiling. I mean, he's not gonna be in it for much, he said. He said he's only in there for 3 or 4 scenes.
We've got so far, and I think we're still getting, they're gonna be amazing.
Yes, yeah.
One of the best villains. I don't even like Penguin as a character that much.
Right.
I think we're gonna have so much fun with his version of it.
Agreed, and I don't have a problem with him not having a lot of screen time because he's not supposed to be the main villain, right? Like,
exactly.
They can use him for the second movie. We also get a first look at Alfred in this trailer. What do you think of him?
Oh my god, there's so much thoughts going on in my head. Looks-wise, he's not my favorite, but I don't hold that against anybody, to be honest.
Right.
Like, it's just personal preference. I, on the other hand, love and adore Andy Serkis as an actor.
Yeah.
Like, he's one of the most amazing actors. If Colin Farrell can delve and dive perfectly into the character, Andy Serkis becomes the character. Like, he is the character. He's not even Andy Serkis anymore. And you can see the perfect example is with Gollum in Lord of the Rings. I recently just rewatched the whole trilogy. Gollum's performance, he's so disgusting, and you don't even realize. You think it's CGI, like everything's CGI, but you can actually see Andy Serkis' facial expressions shining through it because they've done a whole mask CGI thing, you know what I mean? I think it was in Black Panther, as that that crime boss who steals from Wakanda and steals their
Age of
technology.
Ultron, I think.
I don't even know his name anymore, but his performance as that guy was menacing. Like,
Yeah.
I feared for the Black Panther, and that guy was just a guy with a gun.
Yeah.
Later, metal arm, but he wasn't even that big of a villain. But his performance was menacing. From what I've seen, he's a perfect villain. I don't know how he's gonna do as Batman's butler.
I just love a tough Alfred, you know, like, of course I love the classic, wise, simple Alfred.
Was amazing.
But my favorite Alfred was the one from Gotham so far, and I love a rough and tough Alfred who can like actually coach Bruce and help him, who like has been through battle, who knows what it's like to fight a war and stuff like that. And this Alfred has a nasty scar over his eye, and he just looks battle worn.
Badass. He doesn't look like a
butler.
Usual butler. Yeah. I think we're gonna have an awesome Gordon. Like, I love that actor, even though I honestly don't even know his name. But Jeffrey Wright?
Jeffrey Wright, that's right.
Batman trailer rap sake.
No more lies into Jeffrey Wright and a man in tights on the crime scene like we don't see this shit every night.
Enter Jeffrey Wright, that's what's popping in my mind right now. No joke, like, this is not even marketing or anything, it's just, I don't even know the guy. I was like,
Thank you.
A second, you talked about this in your song.
Exactly, I did.
Fucking Jeffrey Wright, man, my guy. Like, but he's a good actor. In those few pieces I've watched from him, like few side roles here and there, he's a great actor, and he can do those like serious, moody roles. He can really do them. Like, he executes them well. So no concern there. Just the way he stands there, and looks and acts and feels. He feels like Bruce Wayne, a young Bruce Wayne, a young and haunted Bruce Wayne.
I just love how haunted this man is. Like, he looks terrible,
he looks haunted.
Man.
Like, he's not enjoying none of it. Like, and that's honestly how Batman's supposed to be. Because if he would enjoy all of that stuff, he would be Tony Stark.
Did you see the scene in the trailer where like Bruce was beating on someone and Selina just sat next to him, like absolutely terrified of her boyfriend?
Yep.
Dude, it's gonna be so good. And Bruce looks muscular as fuck, right? He looks good.
And that shirtless scene, you're talking about that, right?
Right, he looks good.
Yeah, I've seen your facial reaction.
Yeah, like I was genuinely surprised. Yeah, like, and
you were impressed.
I sure hope this is not true. Like, if this is true, I'm gonna be so pissed. But people have theorized that the last scene of the trailer, where he's walking towards the car, it could be the last scene of the movie. And it's like The Amazing Spider-Man 2, where they like literally showed the last scene in the trailer. And we were watching it in cinemas, and like I was genuinely so pissed that this is just how the movie ends.
Honestly, that's a solid theory. Could perfectly.
Yeah, I think it's weird that they showed him like actually crash and stop Penguin, because now again we're not gonna have the tension of watching him escape. Like, we're gonna know that Batman is gonna crash into him.
True.
Kind of weird, right?
We didn't see him capture him. We just crashed him. Could be having a piece of dialogue. Maybe he gives Batman some information and he lets him go.
Imagine if Batman just like totally ran into him by accident. Like, he was just chasing the Riddler.
I'm sorry, man.
And he just crashed him, And Penguin is like, oh fuck, he knows, like, I'm this big mob boss. But like, he's such a big mob boss that Batman like doesn't know him. And he just walks up to me, he's like, hey man, I'm sorry. And then he just leaves.
I got insurance. Oh my goodness, that would be amazing.
Do you bleed?
Did you bleed? I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
He just picks him up, you know, like, he just picks him up. He's like, man, that was a big crash. Are you okay, mister? Batman is binding clues together, and he got Sins of My Father written on the ground. It sounds like they're going the Telltale route of Thomas Wayne being evil, which I actually really like, but I used to like it back when it was normal for the Waynes to be good. You know, like, it was unusual for them to be evil. But it feels like with the Telltale game and Gotham,
I get what you're saying, but on the other hand, like, you think about it. Like, if you apply real world lore into fictional lore, they should have always been evil from the start. Or at least, I don't want to say evil, like Shady. They're billionaires in all of Gotham. but somehow Gotham is still one of the most corrupt places in all of DC universe.
Right.
Like, there's something, either they don't care and they just don't want to help, or they're not philanthropists like many people, politicians in our real world claim they are, and secretly they're just doing backdoor deals and
Right.
keeping their shady underground network alive. So if this movie is going to be realistic, it's just not possible with that amount of wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Batman is a complete other thing because he didn't work for that money. Like, he didn't help build that empire. Take that opportunity. We never got a Court of Owls solo movie, not even a hint of a storyline in any of the previous movies.
Dude, I'm so excited for this movie.
Yep, me too. Everything that is shown looks amazing, feels authentic, doesn't feel forced. What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? I guess we're gonna find out.
Yeah, gotta edit that part into a later video then as well.
That's gonna be like the
Everything
beginning.
went south, and then like just as my brother said, what could go wrong?
Well, we did see what went wrong. I hope people enjoyed listening to us talk about this shit for like an hour.
Well, they better do. Otherwise, they're wasting their time.
For sure. Like,
They
if you're
listened to the end
still
of it and
listening,
didn't enjoy it, like just go. Don't even leave a comment.
click off, bro.
Don't leave a thumbs up, thumbs down. Just go, close YouTube, and
Right.
I don't know, do something with your life, because
Yeah.
I'm not watching shit I don't enjoy. I hope they enjoyed it, but
Right.
I really should have known the first minute into it.